All right. So I am so excited and so honored. It's been years, literally, since you and I
Here.
have really spoken and seen each other. So, Carole Hurst, welcome to the podcast, the Entrepreneurial OOMPH. Um, I actually have the book on my back screen.
I see it.
However, the podcast is Entrepreneurial OOMPH with Debra Pearlman. So I just wanted to thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm really looking forward to your story again and maybe hearing
Yes.
some nuances and things that perhaps the details of some of things I didn't know, and then sharing with the listeners about, the because you're an inspiration. You're an amazing human being, amazing woman, mother, wife, and team leader and businesswoman and all of those things. And I'm really excited to have the story shared. And so anyway,
You can
so
add
I
gra-
go
you can
and
add grandma to that
oh
list.
my gosh, that's right, I forgot. Okay, so yes, so you've got all of those things happening, which are all beautiful and they're blessed. And so a lot of gratitude and appreciation for those great, wonderful things that we have in our lives. Um, if you can introduce yourself to the listeners, I would love to hear how you do your 60-second elevator pitch.
Do my 60-second elevator pitch. Okay. Just so everybody knows, I'm Carole Hurst. I am a wellness educator, and I became a wellness educator mainly because I was having some major health issues. And that is going back a long time ago, because that was the early 90s, so 1990s, after my third baby, me giving birth to my third baby. And I felt like turning 40 was like your body was falling apart as a woman. And someone that I had met, because through looking for biodegradable cleaning products, because I'm very compassionate about the environment and really feel that we need to do a better job of protecting our planet. So I was looking for that type of product, and she had them with this company called Shackley. And so I started using it, loved it. And then when I had these health challenges that came about, it was hormonal issues, and I had uterine fibroids. I was having all kinds of quality of life was pretty bad as a woman. And she suggested these supplements. I started taking them, and I became more of a new woman. And that made a huge difference in my life. And here I am, 75 years old. Oh, that's a hard number to say. Anyways, and just recently I faced another health challenge, but this one had nothing to do with any nutrients that I could help with it at all. This had to do with falling. And I think
I
as
didn't
we
know about this.
age,
Okay.
yeah, you think at this age that, yeah, falling can be a major problem for someone as they get older, because recovery from breaking a hip can be a real challenge, which is what I went through starting last year. And the bottom line was, I am now back to where I was before all of this. But
Yeah.
along with this, people also should know that I am physically handicapped to begin with. So part of that fall had to do with that. And it's something that I'm constantly working at to keep myself as strong as possible and as healthy as possible, which matches up with what I do to help other people with the same thing
Okay.
and
So
making
you
it.
were also diagnosed with something, weren't you?
Yes, I have muscular
Yeah.
dystrophy,
Okay.
which is, most people don't understand it. I call it a genetic blip. It's something in the gene went wrong. And so certain um, genes are not working properly. And therefore, the muscles don't develop properly. And you end up having an issue, and it's genetic. So
So, all right, so wait, so let me ask you a question. So how does that actually show up in your world? How did you know you had it? How did you get diagnosed? What were the flags that you started seeing?
the first flag was the fact that my father got diagnosed.
Mm,
And the way he climbed stairs was the way I climbed stairs.
mm,
And so it was after menopause that I said, enough is enough because I'm getting weaker and stairs are becoming more and more of a problem. And so I went and got all of the tests done, which was a lot of blood work looking for the gene that was mutated.
uh,
So what we have is Bethlehem myopathy. And also I noticed it in two of my children, and they also are carrying that mutated gene. And so we'll see how far it goes in reflecting it with them too. So I don't go upstairs. It's a ramp and it's a chairlift. So a ramp to get in the house and a chairlift to get upstairs to
get
go to bed.
upstairs. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, excuse me for one second, I'm sorry. So, okay, so it's totally genetic. And then does it weaken as the generations go on? Is it like a chance that your grandchild will have it, or are we safe from that?
Depends on whether they're carrying the gene.
Hmm,
So the sorry about that.
you're good.
Let me
Is it one of your kids? Tell them I said hi and that you're in the middle of a podcast and you can't do it.
no, it's my husband.
Oh, Randy. Hi, Randy. Keep going. He can wait.
Anyways, so no, with the generation when they're carrying the gene, it depends, but most of the time it will, if it's dominant, it's going to reflect itself.
Okay.
And because I developed the weakness later in life, I suspect that they'll be the same way because dad did too. So, which means getting down on the floor means if I get down on the floor, it's because I went to the stairs and sat myself down on the second step going up and then leaned over and went down on the floor, to
Yeah.
get something or anything
Yeah.
like that. So, yeah, there's limitations that I have.
Okay.
And yeah,
And with all of that, okay, so I don't know. So there's no cure. There hasn't been any. So it's just learning to live with it. Is that
It's it's learning to live with it and to balance things out. And my kids are on my case right now saying, Mom, you need to buy an electric wheelchair of some sort
yeah.
that's small, compact, that will fold up, which I know they
To
exist,
go into the trunk of the car?
and go in the trunk of the car
Yeah.
and light enough that dad can lift it
Yeah.
into the trunk. And so I get reminded all the time, spend
Go
the
on
$20
Amazon. It's so
dollars.
easy. Randy can have it tomorrow. So we can thank
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos for that, right? So,
yes, yeah.
all right.
So,
So, okay.
yeah.
And so all of that did not stop you from becoming a very successful team leader within Shackley because you ended up taking the product that you loved because you were using
Mhm.
it. So it wasn't like you were promoting something that you didn't believe in or something that you weren't passionate about, right?
Right.
And then also when I knew you when my husband and I were still living in New York State, you and Randy were involved also with community and the environment especially around the Warwick, New York area. And was it a different area too? Was there a couple other
Orange,
towns?
Orange County, Orange
Orange County in
Environment.
general. Okay.
I was a member of Orange Environment,
Okay.
which is a local organization um, that really addresses environmental issues. And then also we were picketing to stop a electric plant from going in that's burning
That's right.
and
I
lots of
remember.
pollution. And we lost. We did not make that happen. But actually, some people did enough that they were actually rested.
Uh,
So, because they chained across there so the workers couldn't go to
couldn't get
work,
in.
couldn't get
So there
in.
was a real protest. So, okay, so
Mhm.
for just one thing I want to clarify. So for the people who are viewing, oh my gosh, I think I got something stuck in my throat. For the people who are viewing this
Mhm.
video in our podcast, I want to make sure that we're really clear. We are talking about Orange County, New York, which is the real, by the way, the real Orange County. So when you talk about like Orange County choppers, the motorcycle guys, the family, the Tuttles, they're all Orange County, New York. I think Orange County housewives, they can have claim to those to that craziness. We don't want them in Orange County, New York. We get the Tuttles, the motorcycle family. So okay, so now you're active in the community. You
Mhm.
start to come into life as a Shackley salesperson.
Yeah,
And so, how did you go from a sales rep to now you're an entrepreneur because it's your business, right?
right,
And then you
right.
created a team and then you created a successful team. So,
Yeah,
how did all that happen?
just talking, just sharing my story, just sharing my story over and over again, and also listening. I think the big thing was listening to a person's needs, finding out where they were at, getting to know them, and build a relationship with them so that I know what they personally really need in their life and want. And for some, it's just plain better health. Some, it was a commitment to the environment, but I approached them where I could see they were at, where they had a need. And when I talked about my hormonal issues that I went through at age 40 and the uterine fibroids, there's a lot of women that go through that. A lot of us go through this
Mhm.
change before we hit menopause that can really affect the quality of our life, and that makes a huge difference. I've also worked with women who are going through a rough menopause and them to find ways to ease that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, asthma, all the things that you struggle with your little children. And I invited the people over for lunch, fed them a healthy lunch, had a special topic, and I did that every month for years. I now use a lot of Zoom meetings to do the same thing, and it's actually a little easier for me. But this past weekend, I had 25 people here
At the
and
house or on
at the
Zoom?
house, at
Oh,
the
that's
house.
wonderful. Good for you.
And I have such a beautiful team of people that I work with that all I did was sit and do a presentation on the TV screen. And then everybody went around and shared with them the different product lines for all the guests that were there. And we all, yeah, there was at least 25 people here.
That's great. So I was at a couple of those lunches, right, back in
Yes.
the day. And I also had an opportunity to go to some presentations and just kind of see how your team was working. And then you brought me in to help to work with your team and help in setting up some sales systems and strategies for them. And we created, right? And then you took it and you ran with it. We created the beginning of a book for your team to follow with the sales
Yeah.
strategies and like the processes of and the systems that worked for you and you
Yeah.
wanted to teach them. Do you
Hmm.
remember that? The white binder?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm remembering correctly, right? I remember sitting at your dining room table and we had I remember doing this. So, how many at the largest to like where you are now? You built your team of women who also wanted to live a life where they could balance
Hmm.
family and
Hmm.
have the flexibility to be home for the kids, right? And on top of all the medical issues, so they love the
Yeah,
product as well.
yeah.
So, at the high point, how many team members did you build to? Where were you?
Oh, okay. I have to take a minute to count them.
Mhm. Including your downline, right? Including all your downlines.
Because ones that are leaders and have people underneath them
Hmm.
is not just members under them. I'm talking leaders under them.
Hmm.
Okay. So I have one person who has two leaders under her,
Okay.
and that whole group is doing well. And under those two leaders are people that are working at getting there. And that's really exciting.
Yeah, that is. So wait a second. So I want to know the number. Like when you look at your tree, because this is
Yeah,
like a
it's a
tree,
tree.
right?
Yeah,
It starts with you. You
yeah.
ripple out because you love and
I
you care
ripple
and you're
out.
passionate.
Yep, I have three. And then under the three, I have,
How many?
okay. Um,
Take a second. It's okay. Go ahead. I want to hear the number.
okay. Uh, uh, Let me see. One, two, three, um, and then I have the one that's working right now to break out from under me. So there's another one first level that's getting ready. Um, and under under one of my distributors, there's a whole bunch of distributors, and I don't see which one is quite ready yet to break out.
Okay,
So,
but wait a second. But wait. So
yeah.
you've got a level of leaders, and then you've got how many distributors that are still part of your downline, right? Aren't they still part of your downline?
Well, they're part of the downline, but they're underneath those leaders in the group.
Okay.
So I have someone who wants to break out soon. All right. I have someone, and so does Mary that lives in Florida. She's got someone who actually lives up here.
So
And then
you are creating leaders. So that's your thing is creating leaders.
my thing is creating leaders.
Got it.
Okay. And so I help to teach and train the people that they're coming up with that are interested. So, and Saturday, that event, they're the ones who brought the people,
Mm,
not me. I was the one just doing the beginning presentation. They did the rest.
nice. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, that's a nice compliment to you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And so right now, and you're still active, even at
Yeah.
the young age
Young
of
age,
75.
75.
75 years young.
Yes.
Are you still using the Shackley products for yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And you still
I
that
should,
was a really dumb question, sorry.
I take it by the mouthfuls. Are you
You're so funny.
Not
That's
only
great.
the supplements, but the shakes are
The
wonderful.
shakes are actually really good. They are.
Shakes are fabulous, and there is a real drive right now. There's new research about the amount of protein that especially when you get older, we're not eating enough protein.
Hmm.
So if we want to have a vibrant life when we're 75, 80, 85, 90, then, or if we have a goal to live to 93, like my grandfather did,
My number's 120.
okay,
I'm just putting
120
it out
sounds
there in the
good.
universe. I'm living to 120. I'm going to walk, talk, breathe, be able to go to the bathroom by myself and feed myself. 120.
Okay, good goal.
So I guess I should start taking Shackley again. I haven't. I'm going to have to admit that. And please don't yell at me. I have not had
I
a
am not,
Shackley chocolate shake in probably a little too long a period of time. Yeah.
and then they've had some improvements, so you'll be excited about it too.
Right. I'm
So
going to go online and I'm going to order Shackley. I love the chocolate. That was my favorite.
you remember your ID number.
Yeah. Oh, I have it saved in my computer. So listen, I'm 61 and I haven't taken the Shackley, so my memory's not as good, but I'm going to take Shackley again so that my memory and my focus is exactly where it needs to be.
So the tricky product to take is MindWorks.
Okay, why is it tricky? You have to remember to take it.
You have to remember to take it.
Okay.
But
So,
MindWorks is really the one I take.
yeah.
Yes, all
Okay,
the
good.
time, along with
So,
the
okay, so you
great book.
got into the business to help others and
Mhm.
right and
And
to
it improved
benefit
my
them.
health. And also the fact that I married a time bomb.
What do you mean?
Um, and the kids were young, and Randy got food poisoning. And he was being read his, basically was asked for his living will in the hospital
Oh
because
my gosh.
he
I didn't know
lost so
about
much
this.
blood from food poisoning. Two
I
years
didn't know.
later, he had all these clogged arteries, and we ended up with bypass surgery. Okay, so you hear the stress level rising.
Yeah.
He was 50. I was in my 40s. We had three young children. Well, not young, but they
No.
weren't grown up. And here I am, it's saying, you know what? I'm married to a time bomb. I have to, and I'm still talking to this time bomb saying, no, you stop talking about this aging and stop talking about dying on me,
Mm,
and that you need to prepare all this stuff in case I'm left by myself. No, Randy, stop talking like that. You're going to live to 93. I said, you have a cousin who lived to 93.
yeah. So it is all about mindset, and it is,
It
and
is.
it's more than it's more than positive thinking. So positive thinking is great. Like I think positively. I'm a positive thinker. And people say that, but it's really when you really are internally and you believe it and you live it and the things that you do and the things that you say and how you act and all of that, all your actions, everything, right? It starts with your thoughts and then it turns into your words and then your words turn into actions. And to really be in alignment with that. So there's probably, I don't want to go into a coaching session, but there's probably a lot of underlying fear there that he would benefit from working through. And yet, if he could embrace that he could outlive his cousin at 93, and
Yeah.
what would it look like for him to do that? And what does he have to do today to be on that path? Like what habits would he have to change? How much more would he have to listen to you? Because you're the expert in the house, right? So, Randy, if you're listening to this, listen to your wife, okay? So, yeah, just so he knows. And yeah, and then maybe, you know what, maybe don't get such a lightweight chair that folds up into the trunk of the car. Maybe make it a little bit heavy so that he has to work out and keeps his muscle tone.
Yeah, those chairs weigh about 40 pounds. So
Yeah,
I
they're
think
heavy.
40
I know.
40 pounds is plenty for
Yeah,
a man who's about to turn
yeah,
78.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he's going to be 78 and you're 75. So, okay. So looking back, I just wanted to
Mhm.
ask this one question because I'm very curious because you and I've never talked about this part of the journey for you. In terms of your business,
Mhm.
what was the biggest challenge you had to face and how did you do that?
Hmm. I think the biggest challenge is helping the team be cohesive and working well together
Hmm.
and dealing with different types of personalities and having to be a good moderator to have things run smoothly when everybody's a little bit different and have a different approach to things and to life. And some people don't reflect on what is that person, you know, if I step in and correct them on that, will that hurt them and make them angry at me?
Mm-hmm.
That there's people that don't think that way and realize there has to be, I'd like to be able to teach people how to put your words in such a way that the door is open to learn from the other person when you see something that needs to be corrected without them feeling like, I'm not going to talk to her again. So,
So it's interesting. I don't know if you remember, but I was very involved with Ellie Drake with Braveheart Women. And when I
mhm,
started with Ellie, I was much more adrenalized. And for women, being in adrenaline and a state of adrenaline really is not a good survival mode for us. It works for
mhm,
men. Adrenaline for women is really not. It makes us we come across as aggressive, and we
mhm,
can come across as we're just so focused on being successful that we'll step on anybody. And even though that's not the intention for
mhm.
adrenalized women in general, because I know for myself, I wasn't about hurting other people. It wasn't that. It was just I was very focused on survival and getting further in my career. And if somebody, another, especially another woman, like you're saying, said something to me, and it took a lot of grace, internal fortitude to be able to sit back and know that it was meant not derogatory, it was meant to help me. And
Right.
it also takes a level of self awareness,
Yeah.
right? And growth. And had I not met Ellie Drake and the Braveheart Women community, and I worked with them for 11 years, we did all kinds of NLP work and releasing of cords and all kinds of the cellular memory releases. And if I hadn't had that experience, I don't know who I would be today. So
Hmm.
the gift is from you to these women is to be self-aware enough first, like to look internally at their triggers, and
Yeah.
then to come from and know that people aren't coming from a space of judgment, they're coming from a space of being in service.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that helps or not, but I know for me that worked for me,
Yeah.
having that
I like
shift
that space of being in a
in
service.
service to others. Yeah, yeah. And that was a tough lesson for me to learn. And I know those women in New York because I used to be one of them. So,
Oh, yeah. And I know, I kind of refer to them when I'm discussing it with someone who's not totally involved, um, about them just being alpha, you know,
yeah,
and in
it's
a situation that they came out in an alpha way, which is harmful. It is for the other people, and even the empathic type personality will be also leery and not trustful of that person that came out alpha.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that can be, and people don't, some people just don't get that.
no. I think the first step and what I talk with clients about is turning the camera inward first and looking at how you're triggered and how you're reacting and being able to observe yourself with no judgment. And if you can observe yourself and just see how you are in different situations as if you're watching a movie on a screen,
Hmm.
and just let them watch it as if they're an actor or an actress, and just say to them, what are you noticing? What pattern keeps showing up over and over again? And how are you reacting each time? And is the
Hmm.
outcome really what you want? And if it's not, you have to shift that reaction and be in the moment and aware that you're about to blow up, right? Or recoil or go into fight, flight, or freeze, which are the three most common reactions, right? So we
Right.
typically will go into fight, flight, or freeze. So those are signals to the person when they listen to themselves and when they pause to observe. And I think that for most human beings is one of the most challenging things to do is to look inward and turn the camera inside and say, what did I do to cause that? What part of that situation was my responsibility and take ownership of it?
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I've been in that place where I had to take a look at what I could have done differently that would have not had that happen.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
you're very self-aware. So it's instilling that in your downline and instilling that
yes.
in your leaders and then teaching your leaders how to instill that in their
Oh
downline.
my. Mm-hmm.
Because it is, that's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts with the women.
Starts with the women. Mm-hmm.
Starts with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am so grateful that, you're here with me and that you're sharing, and you shared so transparently and I appreciate it. And I know the listeners are appreciating that too, because there's probably, I don't know, I mean, how many women are affected by these? I mean, it's got to be hundreds of thousands of us out there that have some form of something
Something.
that has, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so if there's one last thing that you'd want to share with the viewers, what would it be? What's the takeaway?
Have in your head right away the phrase, love people where they're at. Love people where they're at. And also always have available little things that you can read that have positive things to them. Oh, and I should mention, start your day with writing down 10 things you're grateful for.
Yep,
Either start your day and do it, or if you're a person that doesn't crash at night, write them, have a notebook by your bed and write your 10th gratitude for the day.
beautiful.
Yeah, because both of those things are so to keep your day surrounded by positives. Yeah.
Yep.
So I've got flashcards that have positive statements on them. And they're here on my desk. And in my rollator that I move around the house with, I have inside the pockets in there, I've got a book of positive quotes.
Okay, and I'm going to take that one step further. So it's having all of that and internalizing it, like not just reading it. It's
Right.
actually, right? It has to be in you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yes.
beautiful. So okay, so somebody wants to get in touch with you. They want to buy something. They want to try the chocolate Shackley. I think you have a pea protein, right? Because I can't do whey. Didn't they come out with a pea
Yes,
protein?
they came out with a plant-based protein and
Okay,
it doesn't have
the
any
whey in it.
whey in it.
Yeah. So I'm
And
going to buy that again. And so if somebody wants to try it, how do they get in touch with you?
the best way is pick up the phone and either text me or call me.
Okay. So very slowly, what's your phone number in case people want to write it down?
Okay, 845
Okay.
629 7186.
Okay. Say it one more time.
845 629 7186.
Beautiful.
And hopefully I said it right.
Hopefully you said it right, both, because if there was a difference in the two, hold on, wait, I'll check the transcript. So, and we'll post it. When we post this, we'll make sure that your contact information is in the,
Is correct.
yeah, and that it's accurate. So, all right. So, okay. Um, okay. So you had put on here that longevity in life filled with helping to lift others up is that your purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
beautiful. Okay, thank you
Yep.
for filling that out, by the way. I appreciate it.
Mm,
Okay, so my dear, Miss Carole
yeah.
Hurst,
Yes.
one of my all-time favorite women and human beings on this planet.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of
Oh,
my journey also, because this is also part of my journey and my path, and I appreciate everything and the impact
and
that you've had.
and I am very grateful that you contacted me and honored me by doing that. I just felt like, oh my goodness, this sounds wonderful.
Good, good. I'm
Yay.
glad. I'm glad. So it was a win-win for both of us. And
Mm-hmm.
we got to talk to each other and share, with the
Yeah.
world, your story and
Yeah.
what your why was, what your purpose, why you were doing this, why you are still doing it, and why you're so passionate about it. So, all right. Thank you again.
Okay.
Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love, gotta love.